This UGC ad wasn't filmed by a real person. From the model to the product to this video worsening, it's all made by AI.
This looks like a real fitness ad, right? But I'm not a real person. But I can review your product like this smartwatch.
You probably think this is a real creator selling a drink, but I'm completely AI made. I can sell your product just like this, anytime you want.
What you're watching right now is not a real influencer. These videos weren't filmed, they weren't shot in a studio, and no one stood in front of a camera. Every face you see, every product shot, every movement is generated by AI. This is AI UGC. Now let me walk you through exactly how I make these AI UGC ads, from zero to final video without filming anything at all. Before we jump into the actual creation, I want to quickly show you something important. This is Google Flow, and you might notice one thing right away. Nano Banana Pro is now integrated directly into the workflow. This is not just a new feature. It actually changes how AI UGC can be made. Instead of jumping between different tools for images and videos, everything now works together in one place. So before I show you the details, here's the exact workflow I'll be using to create AI UGC ads like the ones you just saw. First, I generate a UGC-style character with a consistent look. Then I generate clean, realistic product images. After that, I combine the character and the product into one natural scene. And finally, I turn that image into a realistic UGC-style video using VEO 3.1. This is the full pipeline. And now, I'll walk you through each step. The first step is creating a character that actually feels like UGC. I'm using a simple prompt that focuses on realism, everyday vibes, and an authentic selfie-style camera feel. This is what makes the character feel believable in an ad. Once the prompt is ready, I can quickly adjust a few basic settings. You can choose landscape or portrait depending on where the ad will be used. And you can generate multiple images at once. The key thing here is that generating more images doesn't cost you anything extra. After that, I simply hit generate. In about 10 seconds, the images are ready. So instead of overthinking one perfect result, you can freely explore and just pick the most natural-looking option. The goal here is not to make a perfect model, but someone who looks like a real person filming on their phone. Natural lighting, casual clothes, no posing, no studio look. From here, I just select the one that feels the most real, the most casual, and the most UGC-like. Then download it to use as the base for the rest of the workflow. That's the foundation for everything that comes next. The second step is generating the product itself. Here, I'm creating a facial cleanser, and the result already looks like a real skincare ad. The Bebo logo is sharp and readable. The packaging feels clean and premium, and the overall design matches what you'd expect from a real cosmetic product. Next, I want the character to actually interact with the product. I select the product image I like, go to Edit Image, and upload the character image from step 1. With a simple prompt, I ask for the same woman, holding the Bebo cleanser naturally at chest level. In seconds, I get a realistic image where the product and the character feel like they belong in the same scene. Now, if something feels slightly off, like the pose or where she's looking, that's easy to fix. I keep everything the same and just adjust her gaze so she's looking directly into the camera. The result feels more confident, more engaging, and much closer to what you'd expect from a real UGC ad. The third step is turning the image into an actual video. I click Add to Prompt so this image becomes the visual reference for the video. Then I switch the mode to Ingredients to Video, and this is where I describe how I want the character to behave. If you want the character to speak, this is also where you include the dialogue directly in the prompt. One important thing to note here, this feature doesn't support portrait videos, so I switch to landscape. If you plan to use this feature, it's best to generate your images in landscape from the start, but portrait images are also totally fine as long as the character is complete. VEO 3.1 can automatically extend and fill the remaining background naturally. Now, let's look at the result.
Okay, so I've been using this Bebo cleanser for a bit now, and honestly, my skin feels really clean but not dry. It's definitely staying in my routine.
The character looks directly into the camera, holds the product naturally, and speaks in a relaxed, authentic way. The movements are subtle, the lighting stays consistent, and nothing feels exaggerated or cinematic. And even though the reference image was originally vertical, the video fills the frame naturally without feeling cropped or stretched. This is exactly what you want for UGC ads. When you're making ads, the goal isn't to impress people with visuals, it's to make them believe the experience is real. Now, if you want to create vertical UGC ads, the workflow is slightly different. I switch the mode to text to video, set the aspect ratio to 9:16, and then write the video prompt directly. Since this mode doesn't use a reference image, the prompt becomes very important. If you care about specific details like age, ethnicity, or appearance, you need to clearly describe them here. In this case, I only specified that the character is a woman, so the results are naturally different. One version looks like a middle-aged woman with a warm skin tone, filming casually at home.
This UGC ad wasn't filmed by a real person. From the model to the product to this video we're seeing, it's all made by AI.
The other looks like a younger woman with lighter skin, a more energetic presence, and a modern social media style. Both feel natural, just different interpretations of the same prompt. This is actually one of the strengths of text to video. You can quickly test different creator styles just by changing the prompt, without rebuilding the whole workflow. And for short-form platforms, vertical UGC ads usually perform better because they feel native, personal, and designed for mobile viewing. Now let's move on to a more advanced use case, creating a continuous product experience video. Here, I'm using a sports watch as an example. I start by generating a single image of the watch being worn on the wrist. Then, for the second and third scenes, I use the previous image as the reference. In this case, I create 3 situations: at home, outdoors, and at the swimming pool. Because each image is built on the one before it, the visuals feel like the same watch being used over time, not 3 separate generations. That's what makes it feel like a real user experience. This way, the product design, proportions, and details stay consistent across all scenes. The key idea is consistency. Once all the images are ready, I turn them into video. And if your video includes a voiceover, make sure to specify the same voice instructions in the prompt so all scenes sound consistent and feel like one continuous ad.
I just raise my wrist, and the watch comes alive. It tracks everything I do, keeps me on top of my goals, and always feels effortless.
Out here on the trail, I can check my heart rate, steps, and distance at any moment. It helps me stay aware of how my body is doing while I enjoy the hike.
After finishing my swim, I can see my laps, time, and heart rate instantly. It helps me stay aware of my body's performance while I relax at the poolside.
Different scenes, same product, same experience. This is how UGC works, not by overselling, but by repeating the same product across real, believable moments. When every moment feels connected, the ad stops feeling like an ad. This workflow is perfect if you want to test ads fast, without long production cycles. It works especially well for small brands and startups that need high-quality UGC but can't afford constant reshoots. And it's ideal for solo creators and indie makers who want to create consistent ads without relying on real creators every time. So as you can see, this isn't about replacing creators. It's about removing friction. From the character to the product to the final video, everything stays consistent, controllable, and fast. You can test more ideas, create more variations, and ship ads that actually feel real. That's the real power of AI UGC. And this is just the beginning. If this helped, like the video. Subscribe for more real AI workflows. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. See you next time.